What's up? Welcome to another episode, Master Moats Film Session, and it's brought to you by DRAFTKINGS Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbooking app. Not only is it safe, but it is secure, and most importantly, it is reliable. And for all the first-time users out there, if you use the promo code MOATS, you will receive up to $1,000 in deposit bonus money. So, what are you waiting on? Use the promo code, download the app, and let's get an opportunity to make some money. But we also got to get an opportunity to break down this film. And this first play we're talking about is the Mike Hilton interception that he had against Josh Allen in the first quarter of the Bills-Steelers Sunday night showdown. So, you know how we do this thing. We'll play it in full speed, and after that, we'll break it down. And now, time for my favorite part, using my handy-dandy telestrator. All right, so this is Mike Hilton right here. All right, let's get this thing rolling. Alrighty. Big time play by young Mike Hilton. So first off, man, we got to talk about what we are in. So for the Steelers on defense, they're playing a basic cover 3 concept, okay? Now, in this particular cover 3, the way they're going to have it set up should be Cam Sutton deep third. You got Minka deep third. You're going to have Steven Nelson deep third, okay? So that's his. That's going to be his. And then it's Sutton over here. Okay. Then from there, Marcus Allen, he's going to buzz out as a curl flat defender. Edmonds is going to sink and give a little bit of depth, but he's going to be right there underneath. You have Avery right over here as a hook curl defender. And then you're going to have Mike Hilton, who's buzzing out here. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4 underneath, 3 deep. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that's the basic coverage responsibility and how they're going to operate on this play. So right now we see a couple of things. So we said that Cam, he has to get out. He has a third, and third. Okay. So right here, Marcus, because of his alignment, he's not really going to be able to reroute this receiver coming out. Right. You would love to reroute these guys to ultimately keep them off of your 3 deep defenders. You don't want those guys to, be running down on them full speed with nobody causing them to have to slow down or just adjust their route. And when you're playing cover 3, you already know too, the weakness of cover 3 is 4 verticals, meaning, and this is what we mean by 4 verticals right here. If this guy ran vertical, that guy ran vertical, this guy ran vertical, and this guy ran vertical. If we have 4 guys going vertical, we know we only have the 3 defenders that I talked about having a zone down here. So you're going to be 1 short. So that's another reason why the reroute is always important, because if you do get 4 verticals, you want it to be at least on different time, right? They're not all showing up at the same time, having everybody outnumbered. And then obviously you'll have some carrying rules where one of these underneath defenders would have to run with the vertical route, but that doesn't happen on this play. So we're actually good. So as we continue the play, a couple things go on. So early on, this guy right here, Dawson Knox, he doesn't get out. He doesn't get a clean release. He, by body position, is in TJ's way. So what TJ does is smart. He does what any pass rusher is taught to do. If a guy is in your way and disrupting your rush, you disrupt his route. So that's what he's doing there. So now on the back end, it's a little bit more. We got more people back here, right? It's helping us out a little bit more. Good veteran savvy move by TJ right there. Just throws him off, which ultimately takes away this check down as well, because you had those guys in the same position. So it was good that he did that on the fly. Now for Mike, his job is simple. As a curl flat defender, you want to reroute number 2, and then you want to buzz underneath number 1. Okay. So this is number 2. Obviously Cole Beasley is number 1 receiver. So watch Mike as this play starts. He's not giving ground like you see Steven right here, because Steven has to get deep. He's a deep third defender. But for Hilton, he wants to just make sure he reroutes this guy right here, which he does. You see, feet don't move, hands. All right, I got my reroute. It doesn't take much to reroute, but just enough so he's not having a free release and being on the same level as this guy. So now, after you reroute, you see good technique. His eyes are right here, so he's looking for the quick game. All right, I don't see anything coming here right now. Nobody's in my zone. So now what Mike is doing is sinking, okay? He's sinking because he wants to still help on the deep out, because right here for Steven Nelson, he could potentially be in a bind, right? He has two guys, Steven's by himself. But what Mike is doing with his body position, he's protecting Steven on any outbreaking routes. Anything in this area, Mike is going to give you body position on. So Steven can stay high and just play the over the top stuff. So really good job by Mike Hilton once he took care of his job first, providing help for somebody else. And now from there, just keep being a playmaker. Ball gets tipped. Great job by Cam. We'll highlight that on the end zone copy. But once the ball is tipped, now we know, okay, Mike, go be a playmaker. But ultimately, what Josh was trying to get right here was Cole Beasley. They wanted to find him in between that hole between your curl flat defender and your deep third defender. You give him this right here, Gabriel Davis, as cheese, because they want Steven to bite on that so then they can hunt this right here. Any of the deeper passing concepts are always going to have something underneath to draw you up and then something behind which they're really hunting. They would have been fine taking this, but this is what they really were going for. And this is what Josh was actually throwing to. But like I said, Cam did a good job of tipping of hitting his arm and ultimately forcing the aerial pass. And then from there, like I said, Mike, go be a playmaker. Go get hungry, go get the ball. Does a great job of high pointing it. And yeah, there you go, man. Beautiful, beautiful job though by Mike on that play. And then, like I said, let's look at the end zone so you can see the rush by Cam Hayward, man. He does a great job on this play as well. This is Cam right here, okay? I mean, right here, this is beautiful work right here, all right? We're gonna slow this down and really highlight what was taking place for Cam on this rush. All right, so right here, like I said, we're looking at Cam, right? So Cam right now is lined up in a shade technique inside eye of this guard, okay? And from here, shooting his hands, right? First he's fighting two, right? You saw two hands on it, but then he smartens up. He says, man, look, coach once told me if I'm going to be in a fight with two guys in the alley, I'm not trying to fight both of the guys. I'm going to pick one of the guys, and that's the guy I'm going to fight. So right here, what does Cam do? Early on, shoots his hands at both of these guys, right? He would say it himself, man, not the best technique at the start of this play. But what Cam does and what all great players do, he adjusts. So he knows right now, all right, this isn't what I want. Let me get this thing going. Okay, now we're working the hands. Now, okay, I'm down the middle. Let's get to an edge. See right there? It was subtle, but what he does, he drives and leans heavy on his left hand, which is his inside hand, and that ultimately elevates this offensive lineman's shoulder. Now he's able to sink the rip, sky it, and now he's able to make that play with his offhand, getting vertical through the gap. Great jobs, great fundamentals right there by Cam, and great adjustment to the technique. Trust me, we're not going to always be perfect. Even your best players make, little fundamental mistakes, but the guys that can correct it the quickest, the guys who can be more consistent with their technique are the guys that excel at this level. And Cam, I mean, he does a great job of that, and he's been doing a great job of that throughout his career, and that's why he was so impactful on that particular play right there.